Good morning, traders. Welcome to this live webinar with Elite Currency. My name is Chris Svorcik, and we're going to take a look at the financial markets together. Hope that you are all ready and sitting down for this analysis of the euro dollar and other Forex pairs, of course, and Bitcoin. And we'll take a quick look at the results of last month. Just to recap, we had a longer video about the performance of March last month in a previous video, which you can find on YouTube, by the way, if you're curious about that. But here's a quick overview of our performance. All of these stats can be found on my FX book, or on our website. That leads to my FX book, or in the members area. So check out, of course, all of these sources. My FX book will keep track of all the stats, not only the net result, but also the monthly performance, of course, and many other statistics. The best result that we've so far had in over 2 years of trading is Flagship. I've been trading Flagship for 4 years with a live account, so that's extremely long track record in terms of Forex and CFD trading. In those 2 years, a little bit more than 2 years, more than 100% gain. Athena EA also 100% gain. Cronus 51, Hades 40%, and then we have 3 systems that are in between 10 and 20%. Okay, so that said, let me switch now to the charts. Just quick. Here you can find those links where we have our systems, and we don't remove any systems, even if some systems have not performed well or, to be honest, ugly. We keep them on my FX book, so you have a track of all the systems, okay, that are working and are not working or have not worked. Flagship, once again, 4 years of live trading, and we've only had 1 losing month per year, and the typical loss of that month is about 3%. And otherwise, we gain about anywhere between 60 and 100% per year. Okay, sorry, wrong slide there. Let me quickly switch to the screen here to show you this. And just to remind you, we are traders first and analysts second. Website of Elite Currency is a side income, is an extra thing we do for fun, which we earn a little bit with, but nothing much. Our main income is from trading, and only trading, and 90% or more is from trading. 90% or more is from trading, and it's a 6-figure income, as we've mentioned before, and we've been trading now 6 figures for quite a long time, and we've reached 7 figures already in the meantime. So, all right, euro dollar. Let's zoom out to weekly chart or daily chart, perhaps. We said that this could become a triangle. That didn't pan out. We did have a bounce at the spot, and then we said keep an eye on how price reacts to this bottom for potential bounce back up to retest the previous top or even higher within the triangle. But that didn't happen, and price broke through the support. You had a very strong bearish momentum candle that day on the 10th of April, so that's already signaling to us that there's no signs of a bounce as yet. And indeed, the next day we had a lower low and then a continuation lower, and now we're kind of losing a little bit of speed in the last couple of days, and we had a bounce back up again. I think we're kind of in a zone where we could easily still tag this minus 61.8 target. Let's put a fib from here to here. And but we also bounced at the 78.6 fib, so that could all be the end of that downside, and it could be an A, B, C correction, and that could be finished. So if we look at the lower time frames to get an idea about what type of price action movement this is, it is looking quite bullish. It looks like we have had a wave 1, 2, 3 pattern, perhaps, or already a 5-wave finished like this: wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or otherwise a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to me, it looks more like a bouncing spot. I would expect price to go up to previous resistance at 107, 107.25, 107.50 max. and then make a retracement, an ABC retracement, but then a bounce back up again, and not break this bottom. If this is a wave 1, 2, 3 up, or ABC up, then we would expect price to challenge the previous bottom here, but not break it, okay? So from that perspective, we could put a fib from here to here, like this. If price were to stop around this area, we could expect price to go back to 106.50, 106.20, 5, and then move up again towards the 108.50 area, okay? In the bigger picture, that move up, let's get rid of some of these lines. All right. There we go. On the bigger picture, we could be looking at multiple types of corrections. It could be a complex correction. Ultimately, this is quite a strong bearish impulse, so one would expect price to eventually go lower again with this bearish break. All right. So from that perspective, this could be a pullback for more downside towards 102.50. Let's put a fib from here to here. And you can see that the 50 fib was roughly respected with this price action. Price could easily go to 102, where there is a confluence of the 61.8 fib and the minus 61.8 fib. And there could be a bullish bounce back up to 115, 117.50. So something like this, basically up and then down, and then 5 waves up again towards this area. Something like that seems to be the most likely to me. But keep in mind that these chart patterns, price patterns, and wave patterns are just estimates, and I always use price action, candlestick, price action and candlestick patterns and candles to estimate how price is responding to key zones and key levels, and if they're going to bounce or break, and if whatever is happening is indeed confirming what I think, or if it's invalidating, and adjust my thoughts based on that, and also my trades, of course. So, but this is my thinking at this moment. From a trading perspective, I don't think going long or short makes sense here. A short maybe at 107.25 with a target at 106.50 could make sense, in my view, if price action confirms that type of pattern, or a long at 106.50 with a target at 108.50 could make sense if price action confirms that, or potential shorts up back higher at around 108, 108.50 for that move down to 102. And of course, then in that case, potential long setups at 102 for a move up. But that's pretty much far down the road, okay? Just a quick look at this daily chart again, one more time. It's a little bit tricky. Price action movement here, I would say, in the last piece. You know, it could also still turn into a bigger triangle, maybe not that smaller triangle I spoke about 2 weeks ago, but a larger triangle could take place with the A, B, C, D, E. Something like that could be possible. That's why we got to be careful with any ideas, any trading ideas, but specifically also trading at 108.50 could work out, but it might just be, you know, a small stop and then up, a retracement, and then up it goes for a move up in a bigger triangle. So something like that, you got to always be careful about. And then there could be a bigger bullish move than I currently think. So that's something to be cautious of. Price respected to 78.6 fibs, so that could be a triangle. Typically, triangles go deep. And if this is an A and this is a B, then up we go for C, up to the 78.6 fib, down to 78.6 fib, and wave E could finish anywhere, and then it goes down. Okay, so I think that downside is possible, but it might take a lot of time. It could happen from this resistance or all the way at these deep fibs. And if it is a triangle, typically triangles are long and lengthy patterns, so that could take quite a while before such a breakout were to occur. So I think that the intermediate kind of near-term potential trading idea is to the upside, more after a retracement and back up. Seems the most interesting kind of potential here with the biggest space to the upside or the biggest target at this moment, and the highest probability, in my view, at this point with the current information that we have. Okay. All right. US 30 did not break above that 40,000 level, excuse me. As we anticipated, that was a key resistance zone, and price has bounced off that zone, was not able to break through it, or a little bit, but not really, not sufficiently. It just kind of pierced through it, no close above it, and started to head lower as we expected. A retracement did occur back to the previous tops around 38,000, actually a little bit below that, all the way to almost 500,000. So that looks like a pretty strong impulse as well. So that played out. We expected that already with the rising wedge. There was strong resistance. And then you got a beautiful price action confirmation here with the engulfing twin off of that level with a false breakout in the way above 40,000. A wick above that level as well. Close way near the low. Bears in control. And after that, down it went. Break through the channel with the bearish candle retracement and continuation. This looks like an impulse to me, so I think we're going to look at a bigger correction here. I don't see the bulls taking back control firmly. What could happen maybe is a small retracement back up to 39,000, but I see sellers stepping in. I think if you see pricing in 40,000, you see a pretty strong sell-off. So if there's a chance for price to move up and sell again, I think the market psychology would do that, and you will see maybe some people buying here because they think that the uptrend is continuing, but I think it's not a smart spot to buy because it looks more like a retracement spot for another sell-off and another move lower and in an ABC kind of pattern back down. So let's correct this fib. And put it on the entire swing high, swing low. Let's take this one away. And let's put some horizontal levels at the previous top here. So I think an ABC correction could take price down to 37, 36,000, but that could also be a bouncing spot, to be honest, again, for a move back up. And we'll have to see if this is a simple ABC or if it evolves into a bigger type of correction and a bigger, maybe perhaps type of triangle. But for me, a bounce up, a bounce down, and then a bounce up on the US 30 seems likely. And then we'll have to reanalyze it and reevaluate it 2 weeks from now to see, how is this price action developing, and we can add more guesstimates and analysis after that has been done. Okay, I don't want to think too far ahead in this case because it really depends on, does price respect this top? How far does it drop? How does the third wave look like? Is this more like an ABC pattern or maybe a 1, 2, 3 pattern to the downside? Those are questions I can't answer now because it depends on how price behaves here. We had the same with the DAX. Oh, excuse me. Let's see if I can get rid of this. Also a pretty sharp down move, a little bit less sharp perhaps than the US 30 in my view, I think. But anyhow, a bearish move down. This previous top, very important. We also had a zone here indicating pretty strong zone because of the fact that we had a very strong uptrend after that. As you can see, strong bullish momentum. So if price gets back to that zone, I'm sure buyers will step in, or I'm not sure, but it seems very likely to me, I should say. It's always about probability, isn't it? And so I think that the same pattern could emerge here, ABC back down. The intermediate bouncing spot could be around this zone here. You see a small sideways move. So it could provide a bounce. Seller stepping in here, pushing it lower back to this level, and then a bounce back up. So kind of the same pattern there. Then we have pound USD stayed in this zone here. Let's see. Made a bounce up. Didn't reach the top of the range, halfway the range, found sellers, then made a consolidation and broke through the bottom of that range, as you can see. Okay, so let's take all the lines off now again. So that range is over. False break to the upside, a move to the bottom, a bounce, and then move lower again. And let's put a fib from here to here. And price reached 78.6 fib. So it could also be a triangle. Let's put the fib from here to here. So the first target, usually speaking, the 78.6 fib. Although price, yeah, kind of a little bit odd how it moved here. Let me take a look at this swing. Yeah, I would be inclined to probably the euro dollar, the pound dollar following the euro dollar, which means some upside but less upside, and followed by one more move down to the 78.6 fib. But let's see. It could go for head and shoulders even pattern like this: shoulder, head, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then move lower. The time difference between this shoulder and this head is about 51 candles. So that would bring it about there, which would be about the beginning of May. Price could be up in here and then down again to the 78. Let's see if this is a simple correction or complex correction. That seems for now the most likely at this moment to me. But of course, if price were to, depends, if it shows a lot of momentum to the upside, you would expect price to move something like this in 3 waves up. So if the first leg is very, very strong, then that could already indicate a bullish breakout rather than this bearish scenario. So that's some kind of warning sign to keep an eye on. Dollar yen breaking to the upside. Let's see. Price is going sideways here, breaking above the previous top and above the sideways zone. Looking pretty bullish here against the yen. Uptrend in general, of course. Strong upside, 50% retracement. Strong upside pullback and breakout. So looking pretty strong here for the moment. Some minor pullback would be interesting if it's possible back into that previous top, but I'm not sure if it's going to go that deep. Okay. Let's see. Maybe this zone could already be strong, and of course, certainly this zone. And these levels we can kind of take away already. But yeah, uptrend expected, an uptrend indeed happening, and the confirmation breakout would have been a break above these levels on a lower time frame, or this daily candle, or on a 4-hour chart, for instance, this candle, or on an hourly chart, even this candle. Those are breakout candles that confirm with strong price action the breakout. So yeah, from a dollar yen perspective, retracement would be nice, but maybe it will not happen because it doesn't look like it's running out of much steam. So these smaller breakouts might work for one more push higher, but if eventually after another higher high and another higher high, or just one higher high, there could be a bigger retracement taking place. Bitcoin is expected to bounce. Many people may be stepping in here because they think, oh, the uptrend is going to continue, and that was not a good moment to buy because, as you can see, the seller stepping in when price was testing the previous top, and the seller's pushing it lower, and yeah, buyers taking some profit here at 72,000. Not a good moment to step in for long. Maybe now is a better moment, around 60, 62, a bit of a discount. How far this flag can continue, I don't know, but it seems like it will still reach the 38.2 fib to me. So an up, seller stepping in again and pushing it lower to the 38 and the 55,000. Looks interesting. It's a 38.2 fib. It's close to, yeah, it's a good retracement. It's a good discount. It's the bottom of the channel. That would be an interesting buying spot in my view. My simple thoughts. But of course, all of this is just not taking as advice. This is just my own analysis for myself and my own trading ideas that I'm sharing with you. You have to, of course, make your own decisions regarding your trading, entries, exits, and risk above all. But that's my thinking. That looks like a retracement for more downs at 38 could be a good moment for an uptrend continuation, though, with the 21 EMA, bottom of the channel, good discount, and that could be a good spot for the uptrend continuation. All right. Goals as well. Let's see. Uptrend continuation. We were looking at this triangle and price breaking through that triangle. And we had a fib from here to here, 23.6 fib, and it looks like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks now like a wave 3 at this moment. This could be a wave 1, 2, 3. So looking very strong. We'll take a fib here. And it looks like more upside is possible before it reaches the main targets here at the minus 61.8 target. So I think that a lot of retracement will probably not be possible. Maybe some minor retracements here. Let's take away these fibs. $38.2 fib is probably all we'll get, I guess, if this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the target there around 2,500. On lower time frames, could make sense to breakouts on 1 hour, 50-minute chart there, maybe to the upside. Of course, always risky on lower time frames, these breakouts, but seems quite likely. All right. Dollar Swiss moving slowly a bit lower. It's hitting resistance. Long-term moving average. Divergence. I think that there's a fair chance of a bounce back to retracement back to support. If not, a bigger retracement in general to go back to test this previous bottom in a head and shoulders pattern. Left head, inverted head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. But it would have to break below that trend line and the previous low, daily low, for that move. But for the moment, some retracement to that zone seems likely. All right, folks. I guess that's it for the moment. Thank you for watching live or the recording, of course. Feel free to join live in 2 weeks from now. I think that's Thursday, the 2nd of May, if I remember correctly. Yep. So see you all then and there. Wish you all great trading. Don't forget to check out our trading systems managed by us or the EAs, which you can manage by yourself. We've had many years of live trading track record, and our main trading, our main profession is trading itself, not educating, not teaching. A lot of people are spending hours and hours on education. We have this once bi-weekly webinar just to keep you up to date, but our main thing is trading. All right, so check out our systems, especially Flagship, but also the other EAs like Cronus and Athena EA, and wish you all great trading. Cheers, bye-bye.